Alrighty, guys, thanks for joining me. This is your host, ID Jester. We're back into Lock and Load Tactical Core Rules. This is rule set version 5 of Lock and Load Tactical. Looking forward to showing this off again for you guys. Philip Reynolds, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. So, two very, very important things. Number one, I have special permission from Lock and Load to live stream and bring you guys some of the Lock and Load tactical computer version. So just keep that in mind. I do have special permission from them to do this. So I do appreciate them giving me that opportunity. And number two, of course, as you can see, this is a beta build of the computer version. This is from the 15th of November 2019 beta build. So just keep that in mind if we run into any problems or issues or errors. That's why we're doing this beta, so that when the full release comes, it'll be as bug free and as good for everyone out there as possible. So, with that said, just keep those two things in mind. Number one, I do have special permissions from Lock and Load to do this, and number two, this is a beta build, so just keep that in mind when we are going through this if we run into any bugs or issues. So let's go ahead and create another new game here. We're going to go back over to the starter kit. We have done the assault on Virville in the first episode. So I think what we're going to do is rejoining the regiment this time. This is from France, June 6, 1944. Of course, that is D-Day, June 6, 1944. During the initial hours of the Allied invasion, widely scattered German forces confusedly rushed to consolidate and defend key positions. They often encountered advanced Allied troops or airborne units along the way. Often these German troops weren't German at all, but Russian or other POWs pressed into military service. In this scenario, the fleeing remnants of an infantry platoon of the 795th Ost Battalion must break through a roadblock set up by a detachment of the 506 paratroopers to rejoin their parent regiment before American reinforcements arrive. It's only 5 turns. The Germans have the initiative on turn 1. The German player must exit at least 2 full squads and 1 leader from hex H8 by the end of turn 5. Any other result is an American victory. So we will play as the Americans, and we'll let the computer play the Germans again. We're going to leave the balance and the scenario length as described. We're going to keep the fog of war off. Fog of war off, so that way you guys can actually see more of what's going on in this game, as opposed to actually tactically playing it. We're not really tactically playing this, other than to show you off the game, the system, and talk to you about what's coming. Alright, so let's go ahead and start this scenario up. So we're in the setup phase here, so we're going to zoom out and see. It's a one map scenario. Of course, you can zoom in and out with your scroll button on your mouse. And let's see what the computer has done for us here. It is positioned our units. We have we can always click on it and see what it is. It's a paratrooper here from the 101st Airborne. 2 firepower. Okay, looks like we have to start in these hexes here. Now the question is, my friends, machine gunner. Where are we going to position our machine gunner? So machine gunner H8. So they need to come off the edge over here. So obviously we're trying to protect them from probably going to be coming from the north and eventually making their way to H8. So obviously keeping our units here. But I like to have a little fallback strategy being the defender. So that way, if we were, say, up here, we can always fall back to these positions. If we just stay right back here, we just give them an opportunity to move right up on us. And then we don't have any fallback positions from there. So I think our positions are okay. Not the best in the world, but what are you going to do? All right, so let's continue. So the Germans will get the first initiative. We're now in the operations phase. Alright, so it's our turn. Oh, we can see we have a German unit moved up there. So what we're going to do, actually, is we're going to take this unit right here. And I'm thinking, there we go. Thinking about moving them up. Kind of keep the Germans at bay a little bit, so we're going to move them up there. And we will end our impulse. So, that's interesting. I did not click on that guy, but it's telling us we could shoot at him with a 13.9% chance of effect. Interesting. Sure, let's shoot. Probably won't get a better fire, so we did no damage. So you can see here we ended up with a attack firepower of 7 after our attack plus a d6 that's rolled. Defender ends up rolling an 8 total. His defensive cover plus is d6, so no damage to them whatsoever. So we need to have our firepower higher than the enemy. So we could move a couple of units up here. They are in a heavy machine gun though, so they're probably not going to be moving anywhere. So we're just going to pass. Alright, more guys moving in. We're just going to pass. Oh. Interesting. So they're going to try to move right by us here. This is going to be a problem. Yes, it is. Alright, we're going to pass again. Alright, you can see they are moving quite a few units up. Pass it in. Alright, so initiative goes to... We both rolled the exact same number on the initiative, so it's going to be... are going to take the initiative, because if you tie, whoever had the initiative in the previous round keeps it. So we're going to try and kill this guy. Nope, 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 nope. We don't want him, we want him. There we go. Well, that was a good go for the Germans, as they just came in there and mutilated our one little squad we moved up there. So you can see he has got quite a stack there. Light machine gun, a couple rifle units, 2 leaders. He is definitely going to put the pressure on us. So we are going to move out of this hex and into this hex. And we're not going to move adjacent because he's going to try and melee us, so we will end our impulse. He has passed, so this is all of his units, huh? Can this guy, can he shoot? I thought we'd just wait for, unless you want to. Alright, we'll have a sandwich in a little bit then. Okay. Alright, so sorry about that. So let's look. We don't have line of sight to that unit, so we're gonna pass. Americans have initiative. There we go. So right now, really, to be honest, we could activate our units and shoot at them while they're in the building, but better opportunity for us is for them to attack us first or move into this hex, and then we opportunity fire when they move adjacent to us. We get a better result. So I think we're going to actually pass. We would have liked to have initiative previous turn. So we are going to pass. Alright, so now he's decided to move up. So now we will take our opportunity to shoot him. So we have 8 versus 3, so they're going to add 5 to their morale checks. He's shaken, and he's shaken. So, good results. He's going to opportunity fire on us. But our building, we duck our heads down in the building, so no effect as his total was 3. Our defense total was 9. So, our heavy machine gunners over here probably should have had them moved up a little bit better, but we can only do what we can do right now. So we're going to pass, and the Germans pass, so we are also going to pass and end the turn. So we're putting the pressure on them here. So Germans win initiative. Now they're going to try to rally. They rally, and they fail a rally. Okay, so one guy's still shaken. 2 leaders still in that hex. Tried to help that unit rally. He's going to try and move up with the leader. So we are going to just shoot with our gun. So we'll still have our unit available to shoot. So you can select and unselect units by just left clicking them down here in the bottom of the box. So you can see what you have highlighted, what you don't have highlighted. Alright. Okay. So, I would like it's telling me the bar unit cannot fire into hex J7. And I'm not sure that's 100% accurate. It should be able to, even if I have the unit selected or not. So that might be a little bit of a bug. We'll have to report that in. So we're going to fire, actually, I wonder if I click, oh no, it's only going to let me use this one unit. Okay, so we'll shoot with our squad. That's fine. Let's shoot. We don't want this leader getting out. So 10 versus 5. And his morale check. Alright, so once again, we are going to fire with... do we want to fire with everything is the question. Let's fire with... Okay, so let's fire. Eight versus 6, no effect, easy. Alright, let's fire. So +3 to his morale check, no effect. And he's left the scene. So he's got a unit off. And now he's got another unit off. That guy has run away. So he's very close to getting his objective. Alright, we will pass. And the Germans pass, so we will pass. Alright, so initiative. Germans win it again. Rally phase. He's going to try and rally his little unit there a bit. Oh, nope. He doesn't have a leader in there. So, we are... He's kind of forcing our hand, which he should as the attacker. He should try to force our hand, make us use up our actions. to activate on these units, and then he can just run another unit up there, which we won't be able to shoot at. So we are going to ignore him. Yeah, nope. We're going to pass. And let's see. What do we have here? Bar and alright. So we could fire at him, or we could try to melee him. I think let's try to melee him. Why not? Opportunity fire. Oh, 11 versus 7, right. So this is going to be bad. Shaken. And I am done with my impulse. We'll definitely shoot at that guy. He rolls a 6, but no effect. We're going to pass. He's just not going to have enough turns to get this done, so it's going to be an American victory, just like that. Rejoining the regiment. American victory. Excellent. We did not play that one very good, to be honest. Tactically, there was some issues that we had there. Part of it was not being able to opportunity fire at these guys when we wanted to, which might be a bug in the game. Again, this is just beta, so we expect those things to come in. So anyways, a fun little scenario if you want just a few counters just to learn the game. Nice little starter scenario. You can play as the Germans and see if you can, make a push against the enemy. See if you can get these units off. He ended up getting 1 leader and a squad off, so he almost won. All he had to do was, if there's another turn, he would have been able to run another guy off of there because we were shaken. Our little machine gun wouldn't have been able to hold him off. So one more turn would have been it for us. Probably having the machine gun over here on this side would have been better, but you don't know that when you set things up. You don't know what's going to happen with the scenario. Anyways, a great looking game. Wonderful. It definitely feels like Lock and Load if you guys are familiar with Lock and Load. Definitely feels just like you would play with counters and dice, and that's a really good thing because the system is wonderful, very easy to get into, and as you can see when we go back to the main menu here, once you learn the basic system, there is a ton of different scenarios from different eras and different theaters. You got Russian front, you got France, you got modern day times, you have Korea, you have Afghanistan, of course World War II, you have Bastogne, you have Europe, you'd even have desert, Mediterranean desert. So all kinds of really good scenarios, tons and tons. You can see if we just click on the base Normandy, you can see all the scenarios that come with this one here. Quite a few. So British versus German, American versus German, quite a few. Here's a French versus German, and British versus German. And of course, we have all kinds of different, this one here is 7 turns, this one here is 10 turns, 6 turns, 7 turns, 5 turns, so all kinds of different length of scenarios, roughly between 5 and 10. Most of them are around 6 to 7 turns. So they don't play, it doesn't take you very long. Of course, Vietnam. Of course, we have Vietnam. You can play Vietnam. All kinds of different scenarios of that too. So you can pick and choose whatever your favorite theater is to play in. Pick up that scenario pack and you are ready to go. So that'll be that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Rejoining the regiment as the Americans. Of course, if we find this scenario too easy, we can adjust the balance. We can also adjust the scenario length. And of course, it will be a little bit tougher if we weren't playing with Fog of War, but I wanted you guys to see the enemy units. and see how they do things. So if you are new to the system, you can see how the alternating impulses work, activating your units, and doing all that thing. So very easy system to understand. We haven't really looked at any of the scenarios in which you're going to actually have units that are going to have their own two-hit table, like vehicles and anti-tank weapons, mortars, Panzerschrecks, and things like that. Just trying to show you a quick overview of some of the intro scenarios. And eventually, we'll see if we can get into a couple of the bigger scenarios for you guys out there. If you have a particular scenario that you would like to see, be sure to leave a thought, comment, and suggestion down below, and we'll see if we can help you out in the next episode. So, once again, Lock and Load Tactical, Heroes of Normandy, Starter Kit, it's rejoining the regiment, victory for us. We're 2-0 in our playthrough so far. Again, we're not really tactically playing the game as we should, as we would have Fog of War on. So obviously it's a little bit easier for us to do that. So anyways, great game, great system. It's very simple. Roll a dice, add your firepower. The enemy rolls gets his terrain modifier and rolls the dice to compare those values. And if your attack is higher than the defense, then they're going to check their morale and add the difference to it. So pretty interesting system, and we'll talk about how vehicles and two hits and all that work when we get into a scenario that actually has that. I'll kind of look through a few of the scenarios and pick out one that adds a few more rules into the game for us for the next episode. So Lock and Load Tactical coming soon to Steam. If you're not on Steam, make sure you subscribe up to Steam and get on Steam, because it'll only be available through Steam. It won't be available through their website. So you have to be a Steam user, and you should be using Steam anyways. But there you go, Lock and Load Tactical. This is your host, ID Jester. Thanks to Lock and Load for giving me this opportunity to show you all the tactical system and the computer game coming soon to a theater near you. Talk to you next time. Thanks for watching.